I'm Kronicz, the most extreme wrestling. Now it's time for a book review of Adam Copland, On the Edge. I picked up this book at the bookstore and I thought, should I get this? Because I was looking at all these WWE books because I wanted to get, the inside scoop on various wrestlers, but I was looking at this one and I said, man, this has got to be the most interesting one I could possibly get, because this actually takes place in 2005, before the whole Lita thing. So we get to hear what Edge has to say about Lita and Matt Hardy before he cheated on his wife with her and had the whole problem with Matt Hardy and that whole thing. But the book starts at the beginning of his career, actually in his childhood, and you get about halfway through the book, and that's when we're starting to talk about him getting into the WWE. I thought it was very funny, the stories he told. He actually told this in a way like it just sounds like he's talking to you, basically. One thing I didn't like about this book is that they have these little parts just taken out of the stories and whatnot. It always directs your eyes straight to it. And I mean, it's just like something that's already on the page, and it's just annoying because then it kind of spoils it sometimes. But I got over that. It had a couple of pictures. This book was almost $20 in American, and that's not too bad, especially you get some full color pages and stuff like that. One thing I really like about books, and especially WWE books, is that you hear things that you would not hear in a WWE DVD or on television. You know, when they're talking about drugs, talking about steroids, talking about problems in the back, that stuff you will not hear like anywhere else but in a book. Oh, and another thing, if you don't know this, sometimes they cuss, and they cuss really bad. There was some F-bombs in this book. And you'd think, oh, it's going to be PG or something like on television, but no. They say some pretty raunchy stuff, and it's pretty funny. The stories he tells made me laugh. I don't think I've ever laughed as many times as I have reading this book. Some of the stories he told about, like, his genitalia falling out in the ring and stuff like that, and oh my gosh, did you know that he actually had to wear a tampon on his debut in the WWE? Yeah, you would have to read this. Excuse me?
It would be physically impossible for a man to wear a tampon. I believe you're referring to a sanitary pad.
No, he wore a tampon.
How did he wear a tampon?
Well, you'd have to read the book to find out. You see, it is all in there, and they're great stories. And I told you the story, you should have remembered.
You said pad when you told me the story.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, okay. A maxi pad.
There you go.
I don't know these female things.
I'm trying to help you because it would be physically impossible for a man to wear a tampon. Okay.
Oh, okay. I see your concern. So all the women out there, you can all rest assured that, it wasn't a tampon, okay?
There you go.
And all men can now learn something that they did not know originally. But I would pick up this book. I read it through, like, blazing speed. I read it so fast, and actually, I would have read it faster if not for every time I read a story about how he got hurt or something happened in a match that wasn't supposed to happen and this and that, having to go back and watch the match and see it for myself. And another thing is just hilarious. Vince Russo takes a lot of credit for Edge and his character being the vampire and this and that. Totally not true. And all the things that Vince Russo put the ideas out for, like you should do this, you should break up with Edge and Christian here, or you should do this with your character. All of Vince Russo's ideas sucked, and they were really stupid. And he goes through all the classic matches, the SummerSlams, the WrestleManias, the tables, ladders, and chairs, and this and that, and it's just great. And I mean, it's just, I'm surprised it came out with the book so early in his career, but it's great that it came out when it did. You get to hear a lot of information for a very short amount of time, and it is definitely one of my favorite WWE books.